Hey Ben, so I really liked your speech. So for my peer review, I'm gonna start with your introduction. So your attention getter was really good. I really liked how it was kind of funny at first because obviously we don't get hit by a 6'2" NFL player every day. But I liked how you put it in perspective and how like the NFL players do that on a regular basis on the weekends for during games. So I thought it was good to like kind of make it humorous at first, but then it was also like leading to your discussion of CTE. And I also think your main points are really good because you definitely did a good job of explaining how you're going to talk about what CTE is and then the signs and symptoms of it, and then an actual player that had it. So I thought that was really good. So for the body of your speech, I think the main points were really precise. You definitely made them clear of like what the main points were. Like the first one was what CTE really is. It was a very long word. And then you also talked about the different signs and symptoms that you can have, and then about Aaron Hernandez. And they definitely logically relate to each other because you wanted to explain really what the disease was at first, so then you could talk about the signs and symptoms and then a real life example. So I think they definitely made sense to go in that order. I think you definitely used a good amount of ethos, pathos, logos because, or maybe not. Well, yeah, kind of ethos at the end. But definitely pathos when showing the different pictures of the brain, the degenerated one and then the normal healthy one. And I think you did a good job of that in your presentation too. I really liked because you kind of showed it with the clicker and stuff, and I think that was really good to do. And definitely logos, like the logic, because you had a lot of supporting material and research and everything, so I think that was good. I think you did a lot of ethos in like your conclusion about how like we need to recognize how like the NFL players are putting themselves at risk. I definitely think that it was kind of, I guess, relevant to us because I think a lot of us probably watched the NFL, like a few NFL games, and I think you did have a good job of like connecting the main points to us because I mean I don't think a lot of us knew what CTE is, and the signs and symptoms were kind of clear on like what they were. There was no vague ones that we wouldn't have known. And you also like did a good job of explaining who Aaron Hernandez was. Like I knew who he was just because of the documentary coming out about him, but I think you did a good job of explaining his background and everything. So for the conclusion, you did use a brake light, which was good. You did in conclusion. You definitely restate your main points. I really liked your audience response about how like we needed to kind of recognize how the NFL players put their health in danger more than just their like injuries, also their like brain health. So I really liked that. I think that was really good to say because I mean I think a lot of us are probably NFL fans in the class or know about the NFL, so that was good. I thought it was also funny, like, or not funny, but like for trying to go to the NFL, like we need to recognize like how like we can put ourselves in danger of like having CTE or having brain damage in the end. I think your eye contact was really good. You didn't really read off the slides at all, and you did refer to your slides really good, and you didn't like read off of them in any way, so that was good. I really liked your humor during it. It was really funny. Like it wasn't like the whole time, like it was just like at certain points, and it was like really good because it was like really funny for the audience. It kind of kept us, not that your topic was boring in any way, it was just like kind of kept us engaged. It was really funny. I didn't think the visual aid like eclipsed you at all. Like I think you did a good job like referring to it, and you were like definitely not like eclipsed by the visual aid. It didn't dominate your presentation at all. I think you did, like I've said it before, but you did a really good job with like the pointer thing, like showing the parts of the brain that were like degenerated and like which one's a normal brain and a degenerated brain. So overall, I think you did a really great job of just overall in your speech, and I'm so glad that you had a very interesting topic, and I loved learning more about CTE.